Alright, Lines, so today over on Braces, we have some news regarding our next set of 5-star plus accessories. These accessories, alongside the event Path to 5-star plus accessories, will be releasing 2 days earlier than usual on the 12th of this month. But this month, we have a few accessories that are getting the upgrade, mainly 2 that are noteworthy here in at least the context of Guild Quest content. And in all honesty, for most accessories when it comes to upgrading, they only really matter in Guild Quest unless you're like a Puppos and Yukis that are losing the massive negative effects. When it comes to building your characters, right, outside of Guild Quest content, the characters are usually good enough as is, and the standard build of just a lieutenant's badge, fortification pill, and also a Tista is going to be good enough. And it's more likely if you can't beat a quest, especially in the new Senkaman update that we did get, that's more likely due to the character or maybe your links, not so much the accessories, but maybe sometimes the accessories will help out. So what we are more so seeing when it comes to 5-star plus accessories, they are more Guild Quest focused because that is the mode where, you're very short on time. You have 1 minute to clear upwards to 9 waves at this point, technically. There's more importance in how you build your characters, and any extra damage that you can get is going to help out big time. And that's what we're going to see with these 2 particular upgrades. But let's just go back up to the top and break it down from top to bottom. So this month, we are going to continue seeing 2 food accessories get the upgrade, where upon upgrading, you are going up to 80% resistance and also an additional 10% spiritual pressure and also attack. This is the same buff that every other accessory food item is getting. And the idea of it is cool, but it really should have been like 10% higher, and it would have actually been very good accessories for Guild Quest content. But honestly, if it was 10% higher, it'd be much better because that way you could be almost fully immune to the status element. If you are still upgrading this and using this, you do need an additional item to be fully immune to a status element, whether that's through a secondary accessory or a bonus ability or even a link. And unfortunately right now, still to this day, we don't have any way to be fully immune to an accessory, only ever using one item, unless you are one of those few very rare links that give you full immunity. But at that point, you're losing out on recharge, strong attack damage, or normal attack damage, so more often than not, links like this aren't worth bringing. But they're getting the upgrade, so maybe it's worth noting. And then now we come to the main 2, right? Now, again, these are more Guild Quest focused. And last month, we did see the punching bag, I believe is what that was called. It was an accessory that gave 20% melee damage, at least in Guild Quest content. Outside of Guild Quest, it's around 10%. And it was one of those few accessories that kind of fell out of the meta. We just hadn't used them in a very long time. Personally, I sold all my speedballs and heavy bags because I just didn't need it. However, the heavy bag is one of the prime examples of becoming really good thanks to this 5-star plus accessory system. Because now, upon evolving it, you're getting 32% more melee damage in Guild Quest as opposed to just 20% that it was before. This has basically ensured that this accessory is a mainstay for both normal attack damage characters and also spiritual pressure characters. Because it does go for both of them, right? Any character can take more melee damage. Just give the secondary effect attack or spiritual pressure, depending on the character you are using. And with that accessory getting the upgrade last month, it was only a matter of time before the range characters also benefit from this. And now, on the 12th of this month, the speedball will be getting the exact same upgrades. And in that regard, there's not really much to talk about with this accessory because we've already seen the melee version of it. But in a way, this technically does make Guild Quest a tad bit easier because this is a meta accessory. You definitely do want to use it on your characters. It's one of the few that I recommend upgrading with your golden hammers, which are a rare limited source, because the damage buff you are getting is quite noteworthy, going from 20% to 32%. And then while we're also now seeing our first killer sticker get its upgrade. Unfortunately though, and I'm not that fussed about it in all honesty, it's not the greatest upgrade. And it's very weird when this does happen, where you have the speedball and the heavy bag get quite a noticeable upgrade, going up by 12% more melee or range damage. And then you have a look at the killer effects, the sticker, right? And originally, this offers 40% killer increase when you have Hollow Killer, right? And it's the same for any other killer sticker. But unfortunately, upon upgrading now, it's only going up by 3%, which is definitely not noteworthy by any means. I mean, it is more damage. And it's one of those accessories that you are always using stickers. Like, every time you go into Guild Quest, you are using a killer sticker. So it's already a mainstay meta accessory for Guild Quest content. So now that it is receiving its upgrade, even if it's only by 3%, which isn't really that good, you're still going to use it. And maybe in the future, when you have plenty of golden hammers and all your accessories that you wanted and need are evolved, you might eventually go and upgrade this one, because you might as well if you have nothing else to upgrade. And that's basically how it works, right? The speedball and heavy bag, in my opinion, are worth upgrading now. When it comes to the stickers, and all the killer stickers are going to get the same thing, it's really only something you upgrade at the end when you have already upgraded all the most important ones. in a hypothetical situation, let's say a year from now, I'm not sure exactly when all the accessories are going to get the upgrade, but once this whole upgrade system is done, every accessory has now a 5-star plus version, and you've upgraded all of them, only then will you really go ahead and upgrade the killer stickers. And even with that, are you going to notice a 3% killer increase? Probably not, but it's more damage, so it does help out, even if little. And while on that topic, right, let's just quickly talk about the best builds for your characters, at least in the context of Guild Quest. So we have a look at Giselle's accessories. Whether you're 1-5-2-5, max transcended, it's all basically the same. You're always going to use the strong attack damage item. This is another example of getting a really good upgrade, right? Going from 20% strong attack damage to 35. So when you see that and also the heavy bag get like really good upgrades, seeing like the hollow bait and the killer sticker get a 3% stat increase is kind of funny. It's sad at the same time too, in all honesty, but you're also then going to use the heavy bag. If you're a ranged character, you're going to use now the speedball once that's upgraded. And then, like I said, you are using the killer sticker. That, like I said, already gives 40%. Now it's going to go up to 43%. And the only way I would upgrade these killer stickers, and I would love for it to be like this, we won't know until it releases, but very likely it's going to take golden hammers. A lot of the really good accessories take golden hammers, and I have plenty of silver ones. I feel like the killer stickers should be silver, especially because you're only getting a 3% increase. But most importantly, there's a lot of killer stickers. Like, we have Hollow right now, then there's eventually going to be Storybar, then Aaroniero, Human, no affiliation, etc. There's going to be a lot of golden hammers spent just to upgrade a few items, because as of right now, there's so many killer stickers. So I would love, and I would actually upgrade it if they were silver, but likely it's going to be like 5 golden hammers. So in that case, like I already mentioned, it's just not worth upgrading, at least for the time being. Focus on the more important ones, the strong attack damage for every affiliation, so the Lieutenant's Badge, the Aaroniero chair, the Quincy Cross, the Daddy's Great Whistle, and also the Catacomb Alpha, I believe, is for the no affiliation characters. You would likely want to upgrade those, at least one in every attribute for every affiliation, at least when you're using the character. No need to upgrade like a speed no affiliation strong attack damage item if you aren't using a speed no affiliation character. But the strong attack damage items for these are definitely important, and then if you care about Guild Quest, eventually you are going to want to do the heavy bag and now speed ball. Killer stickers, definitely on the low end in terms of priority. But other than that, we have 2 more accessories to talk about. The 9th anniversary and 8th anniversary coins are getting their upgrades. The all stats are staying the same at 10%, but now they're offering additional effect with last ditch survival plus 80%. Like always, these are more so just collector items. The secondary effect, I guess, is a bonus. You're not likely ever using these, to be fair, but I guess it's nice to have an upgrade. And while we're on that, actually, let me just double check. What do these actually take? So yeah, these take silver hammers, 15 at that. And if you've been playing the game since these have been introduced, you probably have a decent amount of silver hammers. So these card items, the 10% collector items, right, or the anniversary coins, upgrade them if you want to. Definitely don't need to. But considering that you probably have a lot of silver hammers, you probably could afford to do so. And these are also the start of the anniversary coins being upgraded, so likely all of them are going to follow suit with just offering 80% last ditch, because right now none of them can actually be evolved. So to wrap up the video, that is our next set of 5-star plus accessories. I'm also excited about the speedball because we know that is a good accessory, as the heavy bag is the same thing for melee characters. And while it is unfortunate the killer stickers aren't really getting the best upgrades, in all honesty, especially considering that they're probably going to take golden hammers, I think it probably is for the best. Because the amount of golden hammers that you're going to have to spend on killer stickers, it's just going to be ridiculous, right? Likely you're going to want to do 2 every attribute for every killer sticker. We just don't have the golden hammers to keep up with it. So I'm actually okay considering that it's, again, likely going to take golden hammers with some accessories not getting the best upgrades, because it saves me the need to actually use my hammers on them. It's better in a way that the good ones are ones that are more generic use, where every character, like literally if you upgrade the speedball 1 in each attribute, that is all your characters covered. Same with the Masangas when they got the upgrade like last month or the month prior. Every character can use a Masang, so that getting a better upgrade is more noteworthy when compared to a killer sticker that it's super restricted to only hollow killers, and then in the future, Sorpa killers, and then Aaroniero killers, humans, etc. So yeah, I'm honestly not really fussed by any means that the killer stickers are getting somewhat mediocre upgrades. I think it's actually better for us with the amount of golden hammers that we do get currently every single month. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below what you like to think about the upgrades, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.